This is J to the P to the 2 to the 3, bringing you the Pet T. Up to my right, we have
Jamesy boy.
To my left, we have
your boy Bug
and
CD-ROM.
And we're here with Petty Sports Talk, where we bring the petty to you. And yes, we're gonna get petty today.
They were just petty.
Yeah. Well, it's about to get even pettier. This discussion we're gonna talk about is the expectation for the Warriors. We know that they just put in a human cheat code, Kevin Durant, to try to go ahead and get the easy
I
check.
think that title's already taken.
Hey, 2K.
Yeah, you cannot use.
I think that title's already taken. My boy Stephen Curry broke the game.
That is well,
you can't use this team on
yeah,
2K17. That's just cheating. You can't
get respect. No, we can't. No.
Plug 2K17 right there, and then we'll put that out there.
Yeah.
But yes, 2K
Kobe edition.
Kobe edition. The 2016-2017 Warriors are officially banned. From any local play and also online play. If you play with them,
period. I'm going to quit the game.
Yeah.
I'm not playing.
Well, I don't know. This Warriors team is probably the best on paper.
On paper.
Yeah. But the question is, we know that last season that these Warriors broke the
regular season
broke
record.
the record for 73-9.
73.
So the question is, do we expect them to go undefeated this season since they added Kevin Durant? I mean, what's the expectations?
I do not expect that at all. I don't think they push for 70 wins. Me personally, I think it's going to be chemistry issues and everything else.
No.
So I'm thinking probably like 61, 62 wins.
With James, with that being said, now we look back in time, gonna go back in the future for a little bit. When LeBron left Cleveland to go to Miami, you know that first year wasn't an easy ride, if I'm correct.
Exactly.
It took half the season, to get correct. Now, if you look at this playoffs this year, maybe pushing for 70 to break that record hurt them in the playoffs. Fatigue. Players are tired, but they don't want to quit to get their record. Now going into the playoffs with no break, game after game, season after series, it might have hurt them in the long run.
Now, Bug, I hate to put it in reverse, but they didn't lose because they pushed for those 73 wins. If we look at how the Thunder played them and also how the Cavaliers played them, the key was they played physical. Steph Curry could not go through a screen without getting hit. Klay Thomas couldn't go through a screen without getting hit. Now, that played into the fatigue. That's why they retired, because if you're constantly getting screened and hit, it's going to take it, especially for shooters.
Take away from your legs.
But I will say this, for my expectation of the Warriors this season, look, I know they were awesome last year. Steph Curry he really showed out. He showed that he's probably one of the greatest shooters ever, and I give much respect to that. But I have to agree with James to the point that I feel like when you put too much on a team, then things start to happen. Expectations get too high, the pressure's on, and you got to think about this too. The way I look at it is when Kevin Durant was in OKC, there was already pressure there in OKC. And you can say that possibly KD and Russell Westbrook didn't get it done because of the pressure that was on them, right? So now you add in even more pressure. You got Steph Curry, who's a two-time MVP. You got Kevin Durant, who's a one-time MVP. And you've got two other perennial all-stars that you can say that's on that team. So then the question is going to be, is when things get tough or when games get tight, who takes the shots? Yeah. And I feel like that's when the issue is going to start. Now, James said that 61? You said 61 wins?
61 wins.
And me and you are kind of on the same tip. I actually predict them to win less than 60 games.
I give them 65.
Yeah,
but by talent alone, I think they get 60 wins.
Yeah, what's
by talent alone.
Just how I feel, and I'll pass it on from here. The way I feel now, less than 60 wins, 59, 58 wins is not a bad season.
But in the West, it kind of is.
Yeah,
but not first
but
place.
you look at
not even close.
You look at how hard the West is going to be, and especially now that the Thunder and the Cavaliers have kind of showed how to beat them, it's going to get tough for them.
I think the blueprint is out for Steph Curry though.
I think I've already said enough.
Well, I guess I'm gonna jump in. I'm in utter shock at you guys. I'm in utter shock right now.
We're at 60 wins.
Under 60 wins?
Disrespect.
Woo! Oh my goodness. Now,
back-to-back MVP.
It's disrespectful not only to Steph Curry, our first unanimous MVP, but it's also disrespectful to Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant has been walking around for you don't see that walk around every day.
You don't see that every day.
You don't see that. You don't see that just walk around every day at 6'10" with that type of wingspan, with that shooting ability.
Those kind of handles.
With those type of handles, cross you over in a second. You got now a player, because no offense to Steph Curry, but when it comes to a one-on-one situation, you can't be physical with him and you can kind of throw him off his game. It won't be that easy with Kevin Durant. You got a guy now that at the end of the game, you can give the ball to. You can run him off a screen. You have so many distractions. The thing about it, and you brought up D-Wade and LeBron, the difference between the two is because D-Wade and LeBron were the same player. They're both slashers. They both need the ball. You got players now who don't need the ball. Steph Curry is just as good off the ball than he is with the ball. And then you got Klay Thompson, who we already seen and took a back seat, who could be an all-star by himself, but he's taking the back seat with Steph Curry. You got Draymond Green, who is pretty much the point guard of that team already. And now you add Kevin Durant, who's already played with he's played with a very selfish. I love Russell Westbrook, but he has played with a very selfish player. So now he's with a team that will pass on the ball. So and now all he got to do is get open. So you put all of that together. Not to mention you've added David West, you added a few vets. You still got Sean Livingston, who I love by the way. You add all of that, and we're talking at least 65 wins. Now I don't think that they'll even shoot for 73 wins. They'll be stupid to do it because I do feel like that's slightly affecting them because they climaxed a little too early. They felt like, oh, we finally got the record. We finally got the record, and then all of a sudden you forgot that hey, we need to get the chip too. So, but with that being said, I still do feel that they'll get at least 65 wins easy.
It's about 10.
Okay. But if I can, yes, our friends at Google have provided me with just a few stats. But let's think about this. Now, just like I said, just trying to be objective here. Now, we can say that Kevin Durant just left a team where it was two superstars, right? It was Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, right? How many games did they win last season? Last season, they won only 55 games. Now, he's going to a team where really and truly there's only two superstars. Again, you got Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, and then you got two other stars. You got two all-stars, right? So I don't think, you got to think a 73-win season, that's never happened before, right?
True.
And you look at the Spurs. The Spurs had a great season too with 67 wins. We don't see 60+ wins a lot. The Cavaliers, who won the championship, only won 57. So I don't think that having less than 60 wins is a bad season. It's a bad season for them, for the media, but I don't think, but people are just handing the Warriors a championship right now, and I don't think it's going to be that easy.
To be fair, the Miami Heat, when LeBron first joined Miami, they didn't win a championship. Chemistry is everything.
Yeah,
it is.
And if I can say this too, and I'll pass it on from there. But we remember that the first team to ever really build a super team was the Celtics. They won the championship in the first year. But I think that the difference right now is that the Celtics, when they got together, they were older stars wanting to win that championship, whereas this is a younger team who I think in their mind feels like that they have time.
Well, folks, I think that was a good discussion on the expectations of the Warriors for the 2016-2017 season. Please like, follow, and subscribe to That's It. Comment below on what you think about this video. Thank you.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Damn.